chose instead to grow this movement by giving everyone the opportunity to benefit from their contribution to the movement. Just like being able to mine Bitcoin in 2008 or 2009, getting early access to mining the Gaju Mari now allows you to mine the greatest number of Gajus and benefit most from being part of this movement. We want to share that with you. We want the whole world to be part of this. We want everyone who cares about our future to get on board and take this from a movement to a reality. We want to see an economy for the people, by the people, now. Join us. Put your fingerprints on humanity's story, our history. Be a leader in the economic emancipation of humanity. It's simple. Go to gajumining.com, select the mining package that's right for you, and get started today.
His name is Ryan Williams, though he likes to be called the Scottish Korean. And together with another guest, he appeared to have won his place on the show because, well, he's popular online.
Joining me now are two social media sensations, Ryan Williams, also known as the Scottish Korean online.
And no, you don't need new glasses. Ryan Williams, who was beaming in from Perth, had indeed used sellotape to stick rashers of bacon to his shirt.
The reason I've got bacon on my shoulders is because the terrorists are a charming lot and they threaten to behead me every single day. So a little bit of protection. I just have a very clear, simple message to Muslims, which is stop worshipping a pedo warlord who's the Bonnie Blue of the 7th century, sleeping with 30 Al Zoot men, who married a six-year-old and slept with a 9-year-old. And there's only one culture that pours acid on women's faces. There's only one culture that makes women cover their faces so other men don't rape them.
I think it's important to preface that by saying that the majority of Muslims don't support that. Look, I've just been told we do have to apologise for what was just aired, those comments earlier, but we're going to continue now with our interview with Joey. Sky News Australia apologises unreservedly for the deeply offensive comments made by a guest last night during a live broadcast of my program, Freya Fires Up. These remarks were wholly inappropriate and unacceptable and have no place on our network. The guest responsible should never have appeared. We have begun an immediate review of our guest booking and vetting procedures to prevent this type of incident from occurring again.
Whose live television show has today been abandoned, just 6 episodes in, after being promoted like this.
Are you fired up and ready?
Freya Leach is bringing the heat to Sky News Australia.
You mind introducing yourself real quick?
Yeah, I'm Ryan Williams, also known as the Scottish Korean. And I always say I'm hung like a chipmunk, but I've got enough balls to fight Islam.
A lot of people are concerned that UK is losing its culture, losing its freedom. You know, first, before we get into all the details of what you've been up to, give us an introduction on who you are, where you come from, your background. You know, let's get to know you a little bit.
Okay, so I know Ryan Williams sounds like a very Korean name, very Korean.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm Korean. Kimchi Korean by ethnicity.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Scotland, Edinburgh.
You were born in Scotland, or?
So I came there when I was 3 months.
Okay.
3 months. And the reason I don't sound very Scottish is because I went to a boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a fun fact. Where's J.K. Rowling Harry Potter from? It's from Scotland, right?
Yeah.
So where's Hogwarts? It's St. Mary's Cathedral. It's my school.
Oh, wow.
So I went to the ritual.
You went to Hollyoaks. It's all this.
So I completely... ignored. I have to get that on camera. I went, oh, sorry. We'll clip it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to Hogwarts School of Music. I grew up as a classical cellist. I know typical Korean geeky kids. And I studied 5 languages.
Wow.
I studied the classics, you know, Russian, German, English, Arabic. And that's how I kind of got into this.
Wow.
When I was young, I accidentally became a very bad Muslim, because if you say, Ashhadu ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah,
What is that?
3 times, it's a shahada, and you become a Muslim.
Oh, wow.
So I suddenly became a Muslim.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Still a terrible Muslim. Yeah. Don't do anything far from. But that's how easy it is to become a Muslim.
No.
I mean, you don't need to be a good person. You can strap a bomb to a child, and you can pour acid onto women's faces, and you can still be a Muslim.
Wow.
You can't really be called a Christian if you commit such heinous acts.
Yeah. No, you can't. Can't. So you were up Christian, obviously.
Yeah. It was a Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sing in school all the time. All things bright and beautiful, our Lord God made us all, very British upbringing. And I always say I don't sound that Scottish because one of the many vicissitudes of going to a boarding school means that you come out something like a posh English twat.
But your accent would be more kind of a little bit Scottish, but more English, you're saying?
Yeah, probably more English.
Yeah. Got you. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I refuse to have a Scottish accent with this face. It just doesn't work. I know you part of Puritan, you can't what you're saying. It just doesn't. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
At that point, it's cultural appropriation.
Uh-huh.
A cultural appropriation.
Appropriation.
I don't have any kids. Not that I know of. But I will be saying dad jokes.
Man, so, okay, so you go to school, you learn all these languages, very impressive, 5 languages. I mean, I don't know if we have much of that in America. Most of us know maybe 1 or 2 languages. And then you graduate. What do you do? What do you do for work after that?
So I went to law school afterwards.
Mhm.
I begged my Korean mom, please let me go to law school. I don't want to do music. It's usually
Really?
all the way around.
Really? Wow.
So I was like, no, become a classical cellist. And I was like, no, I want to become a lawyer.
Okay.
I went to law school. I was like, I want to go back into music.
Oh, really? So you did law school and then decided to go back into music?
Well, I only knew music all my life, right?
Yeah.
I only knew classical music. And, I didn't want to be that one-trick pony, which is funny because now I battle Islam. That's my one-trick pony. But
That's interesting. That's okay. We'll get into that in a second. But tell me a little bit more.
yeah, I worked in K-pop. So let me show you.
Oh, wow. This is really cool, guys. So this is Ryan there. Look at that big crowd. And we'll put this on the screen for you guys properly, too. But that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I worked in K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people call it gay pop because the men are very effeminate there.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I eat a lot of bacon. I'm from the UK. We eat bacon and eggs every single day. So, yeah. When you fight Islam, you have to eat bacon.
Sorry. So you're doing music. So you actually finished law school and then you got back into music.
Yeah.
So you know generally like you have enough experience to do lawsuits and that sort of thing, or
Yeah, I have to in this game.
yeah. Okay. So tell me, how did you get to the point from there to being an activist, really calling out the Islamic invasion in the UK?
Well, I fight Islam. I like to say because I've got an IQ of over 70.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I fight Islam because I'm also not inbred.
Okay, so what made you obviously I'm Armenian, and we've had a history with Islamic jihads and stuff, and we know how crazy you get when you talk certain things. Obviously, this takes a lot of courage. I mean, what motivated you to start speaking out? What was your first steps? Take me through that process of becoming vocal against what's happening with the Islamic invasion.
I'll go for the start, but first I'll say Armenians are badasses. The genocide has to be recognized. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, that's a real genocide, not Gaza, where their population grows. Unbelievable. Look, I started fighting Islam because ultimately I saw the UK go to absolute shit. There's Shabana Mahmood, the great British name, Shabana Mahmood, who's now the Home Secretary. She's in charge of the MI5, MI6, and the police.
Wow. Okay, so what is it that you start seeing in your everyday life? And if you give us dates, kind of tell us, okay, at this date it wasn't bad, and then you start seeing it bad. Tell us when you started oh my God, I need to speak out about this.
Well, the first thing is the conversation turns weird, that they're starting to revise history to make everything that imperialism was about bad. And I saw my white brothers getting absolutely dredged through the mud online, and in person. I just didn't understand any of it. It's like if anybody said that about Asian men,
yeah,
I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you shitting on the white man?
When do you start seeing this though? When does it really get kick into high gear where you're like, oh my goodness, they're coming after all these like regular white folks?
I became cognizant during university. I'm 34 now. And so during university, I just saw this rhetoric against white people and then this self-hating, liberal narrative of I'm white and therefore I'm a bad person. I just went, I can't imagine doing that as an Asian person. And I was thinking, I really like white people. But, like my mom, married a white guy and she's so lovely. And white people, as far as I know, invented most of the shit on this planet, and the, slavery was ended by the British Empire in 1807 with William Wilberforce. As far as my knowledge, a bunch of white people came over to South Korea to save us from the Korean War, from North Korea. They saved us in World War II from the Japanese. Without white people, I'd be speaking a stupid Pikachu, itadakimasu, Hello Kitty language, Japanese.
Wow.
So I'm really grateful to white people. I mean, I just didn't understand the rhetoric. I looked at Asia. We've always been 4 times the populace because rice yields 4 times the amount of calories that wheat does per square mile, right?
Okay.
So we've always had 4 times the level of number of people. Yet, have we ever come up with something like the Bastion, the Pantheon Basilica? The Pantheon Basilica is like, the Italian Roman dome with the hole on top. Absolutely gorgeous. Have we ever come up with a Michelangelo? Have we ever created anything as beautiful as like those philosophies like Enlightenment? Or, as I said, the buildings like the Parthenon, blah, blah, blah. People say, oh, you've got the Great Wall of China. I was like, yeah, but the Great Wall of China, anybody can really do it. It's just Django gone too far. It doesn't really require this incredible, almost, is divine, miracle to create that level of beauty that Michelangelo did.
Yeah. Wow.
Anybody can create the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Just had a bunch of slaves. I mean, look at the, I don't know what we have as
like you're saying that European culture, white culture. And by the way, I could relate to this because I joke to people, as an Armenian, I say, look, we escaped the brown supremacists, very happy to be with the white supremacists because the white supremacists don't want to kill us. They don't want to force us to become Islamic. They don't want to steal our women and put them into harems. These are all historic things that happened to Armenians. So when you go from that kind of world where you're like a two-thirds citizen, basically that means that, your woman could be raped, stolen, they could come steal all your stuff and you have no rights in court. And then you come to somewhere like the United Kingdom of the past, not today because it's a mess right now, or the United States. That was a privilege for my ancestors. I'm lucky that I was born here. So I'm glad to be in this, country of white supremacy. I could relate to that.
You got stories from your ancestors?
Yeah, I got lots of stories from my ancestors. I mean, I
have Asian.
Well, from like the genocide, it's like half my family got obliterated. The other half were warned by good Turks because there were good Turks that knew it was coming. And they cared for the Armenians and they warned them. So my great-grandfather got a warning and he was kind of like, the movie Schindler's List, where he saved a lot of Armenians through going back. Once the genocide started, it was the Euphrates River. He would cross the Euphrates River and collect people that were emaciated. They're about to die because the Turks were starving them. And he would take them to the Syrian side, right? So he saved a lot of people, but he saw such carnage. Imagine, like, this is like, genocide. Everybody's dead, women, children. It really, messed him up. And I think he died quite young because of that. But he was a bit of a hero. So, yeah, we have those kind of stories. There's a lot of stories about the immense tragedies that happened in that part of the world.
I really hope that I can grow up to do something as epic as that. Obviously, I'll never, equate to anything like Schindler's List. I'll probably be more like Schindler's Wrist. I was like, Schindler's Wrist.
Oh man!
I always say I aim to be the Timu Christopher Hitchens.
That's awesome. So all right. So you're out there, and now you start being vocal. Tell me about some of the things you started doing. I want to hear about the evolution of how this all started and where it is right now.
Well, so I was working in K-pop. I was doing quite well. I just wanted more to life, and I felt this responsibility to speak up for the United Kingdom. That gave me a home. The British people raised me, and I just saw the downfall of the UK being treated like a reality TV show by the rest of the world. And I thought, well, I can't keep complaining about it. I need to do something. So I started complaining online. what is this shithole culture taking over?
Wow.
It's like, why are we allowing this? So I made a skit online. I got a plate of bacon in front of me.
Yeah.
And I went, ooh, eating bacon reduces the chances of you marrying a 6-year-old by 98%. There are 50 Muslim countries around the world. Why now would we move to the West if we want to, would they move to the West if they want to live under Sharia law?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah.
And why are these refugees coming from all the way across the world to these Western countries when they are not happy here and they want to dominate and invade? So why are we allowing this? If you have a severe traumatic bleeding in Texas, why are you going to go to a hospital in New York?
Yeah.
Take them to the nearest safe spot, which is somewhere like, Egypt or whatever. But even they don't want it. They hate their own culture. I think they just, everybody's fed up with it.
Yeah. And I noticed that when I spent a lot of time in the UK, and I noticed, I mean, I haven't gone in a while, but last time I went there was 8 years ago or so. I noticed that a lot of the people that came to England because of things like the Iraq War and whatever are actually very bitter. They don't like you. And the shop owners, the way they treat you, there's almost this, and it's not universal, but I get the sense from some people that they're bitter, angry. They don't like us because they blame whatever happened with the UK government, the US government on regular civilians. And there's a targeting there. But tell me, what are the personal experiences you saw just like living there on the streets of the UK that were like, whoa, this is out of hand. Like, these people are dangerous to us.
Well, I want to go further with what you just said. Being bombed is not an excuse for behaving so badly and turning into a terrorist. If you want to talk about being bombed, I am Asian. And Japan had a fairly big bomb.
Yeah, a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If we have a nuclear bomb, how do you see us turning into terrorists? Right? We accept it. A lot of Asians kind of go, well, Japanese were never going to stop fighting. So you had to bomb the shit out of them with a nuclear bomb to get them to stop. Right? And guess what? Afterwards, do they become terrorists? Do they come onto your shores and start? No, they accepted defeat like a real man or a real country. And they went, okay, we're going to become the best trading allies.
Yeah.
And now we're still allies to this day. As Asians, we respect one another.
Yeah.
The Japanese are great allies.
Yeah.
You've got a big Okinawa base, and that's how it should be. Accept defeat, Islam, and stop using bombs as an excuse to behave like a terrorist strapping bombs to your children. There's nothing that justifies strapping a bomb to your child. No amount of oppression. No amount of, starving. I don't care. If I'm starving, I'll try and find sources and ways to improve my life. I don't strap a bomb to my child to go behave like an idiot and try and kill as many Jews as possible. It's just the mentality is so stupid. Let's stop being apologetic. Let's stop having suicidal empathy.
Yeah.
We're just cult. There's no suicidal empathy by any other people apart from liberal blue-haired idiots. And these feminists, these woke feminists are supporting a religion that seeks to dominate women and turn them into letterboxes.
Yeah, harems. It's like, that's what, that's where I brought the Armenian example, which is like their ideal place is, you're an infidel woman, therefore you're basically a sex slave, whatever,
Well, Prophet Muhammad has sex slaves.
Yeah. So like,
Or married a 6-year-old and slept with a 9-year-old.
Wow. Crazy.
Do you know that?
Yeah, I do know that, actually. Yeah. I mean, we unfortunately don't know too much about Islam because, like I said, my ancestors were in that world. They spoke the language. So, all right. So you're out there and you start talking about this stuff and you become a very controversial figure in the United Kingdom. Take us through that timeline after you started talking about this stuff, what you did, what are the things that happened as a result?
Well, I got detained as a terrorist when I went back to the UK.
When?
From Australia. So that was 3 months ago.
Hey, Jonathan Cho here at London's Heathrow Airport for Frontline's Turning Point USA. I just got off the airplane with Ryan Williams, also known as Korean Bacon Guy.
I am proud to be an Islamophobe.
There's only one culture that makes women cover their faces so other men don't rape them.
Leave the goats alone.
Right as we went through customs, authorities were waiting and they apprehended him.
Ryan, what's going on?
What's going on here? He's now in custody. They wouldn't say exactly why.
Because there's a chance you get arrested for posting stuff like that.
Precisely why I want to go back to face arrest voluntarily. I'm going to fight it to the end to get free speech.
No, sorry, it was a month ago.
A month ago. Yeah, I remember that. You were walking in the airport and they detained you, basically. That's what it was.
So I went back to the UK because I did my interview in Australia where I wore bacon and I called out Islam on Sky News.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that real quick before we go back to the rest. So you're in Australia, you're doing interviews. Is it that because you've gone viral and people are seeing your stuff out there?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Tell me about how it went viral, where it went viral, and when you started becoming, getting interviews from people.
I started getting, hundreds of millions of views for this little Asian guy who says, I don't like Islam. I don't like. Asians. There's not, there's the vicissitudes of Islam and blah, blah, blah. Oh, Asians is like, I don't like. Dude. Very bad. Yes. Not stunning people. I mean, it's just so simple. I mean, I can just imagine, like an Asian grandma just like telling them about Islam. They're just like, oh, shit, very bad. It's just like so simple, vibe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I started speaking online with a little bit more English than Islam very bad. A version of that, but with bacon. And I think
people, so you have bacon on your collars. Yeah. That's what it is. And you're doing a Sky News interview in Australia.
Yeah, and I got invited for Sky News. It's not like I hide what I do. And I went on and I just went, there's only one culture that I know that pours acid onto women's faces. There's only one culture that I know that worships a pedophile warlord. They're like, oh, God, there's a lie.
Censor.
I mean, it's already live across Australia, right? So all of Australia is like, well, we didn't expect that from our, Sunday live Star News. And it's got a lot of Muslims watching. So they get all these complaints and they're like, they come down and they go, we apologize for what happened there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They apologize. Oh my goodness! Wow. So you flew to Australia for this interview? That was like pretty much the reason you were in Australia.
Yeah. And they apologize, and guess what happens a month later? They get a terror attack, killing 15 people.
There you go.
Beach. Mm-hmm. So it's just unfortunate that your institutions are not telling you the truth. I mean, it's just a fact. Let's stop being so empathetic. Let's stop having suicidal empathy. Let's stop being apologetic. Let's just call it for what it is. You are a pedophile religion. You are committing the worst atrocities in humankind. Islam is humanity's greatest disgrace, and we should get rid of it. There's no moderate Islam. Extreme Islam is a snake, and moderate Islam are like the grass that hides the snake. And there's a funny saying, the extremist Islamists will cut your head off. A moderate Islamist won't cut your head off, but will allow other Muslims to do it.
There you go. Yep.
Whereas, Christianity doesn't have a leader that allows for any of it. The New Testament, the Bible, doesn't allow for any of this kind of behavior at all. Jesus would never have, he would never just sleep around with sex slaves did he even have sex? I don't even think so.
Yeah.
And there's some virgin married, but Jesus was a virgin.
Yeah.
Was he?
I mean, I would assume so, according to the Bible. Like, he was never married and there was never, he was supposed to be pure, innocent. So you start talking about the stuff. Sky News freaks out.
Yeah.
And this is, now you're traveling back to the UK.
Yeah, so I go to America afterwards.
Okay.
Because I know that I'm not going to be very safe in the UK. So I stick out in America and, I still continue being an influencer, going online, recording myself. Islam a petty panther? and then eventually I go, well, I have to go back to the UK. I can live in Korea, but I want to help the UK.
Yeah.
37,000 British soldiers died during the Korean War. I should be willing to die for my country. I should be willing to give, jail time and, my life to. I should be able to pay the price for this people's ancestors like gave their lives to fight for us.
Yeah.
South Korea wouldn't exist. Over 1,000 British soldiers died fighting the Korean War.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, screw it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to fight it. So I go back, and Turning Point offer to go on a plane with me. So Turning Point journalists came out, Turning Point TPUSA.
Wow.
They came in the plane, and we flew back together to Heathrow Airport, London. And, we're expecting that I'm going to get detained off the plane. But I get off the plane, I'm like, oh, everything seems fine.
Uh-huh.
We're getting to security checkout, and then we just see these rows of British police lining up, right? And I go, uh-oh. And then Turning Point is just like, I guess it's going to happen.
Wow.
So as soon as I have my passport in, they're like, yoink. You're being detained for Schedule 7 terrorism. And my heart just sinks because I'm like, I thought I was just going to, get an arrest warrant for hate speech. But for terrorism,
wow,
that's something different, right?
Wow.
So this is what a terrorist looks like in the UK now. This is a terrorist.
Wow.
Not the Bondi Beach killers. This is I'm your terrorist, suspected terrorist. So
yeah,
I get detained, and then I'm detained for hours and hours. I'm strip searched, not quite naked, but they really handsy. That's the most action I've had in a long time.
Yeah, well,
they take your phones, your electronic equipment, so everything got confiscated. I was told I have to give them my passport.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I have to give them all my passwords. And basically, you have to give it to them because if you don't, they've got the Terrorism Act, which means that they can force Facebook or Instagram or everybody in the UK to give your passwords.
Wow.
To unlock your account.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, fine. Here are my passwords. I've got nothing to hide. I spoke the truth from the Hadith to the Quran. Yeah. And it's just been tough ever since. I got banned off of Virgin Airways. They wrote to me, we cancelled your flights. A bunch of companies. I got anti-money laundering, warnings coming up, flashing up, so I couldn't access my account. So I live off cash now. And I've just been not glamorous.
You live off of cash. They cancel all your card. Yeah, they're basically trying to cripple your entire life.
So I live off people's kindness, sofas. People donate, food or, money every now and again. It's not a glamorous life. If you want to battle Islam, you not only have to deal with the fact that terrorists are going to come after you, and they will kill you. They will kill you. You can't piss off 2 billion Muslims without, So I'm willing to pay the ultimate price. I'm willing to die. I said this early on. I've made peace with it, so I'm willing to die. But living isn't too easy either. I mean, I got to meet great people, and I never grew up with a brother, but now we've got brothers all around the world, like you,
Yeah. It's funny because the minute I saw you, man, it's like we're, people that watch what we do, they know what we're all about, and we're kind of, I describe it as like, we're the more radicals of the bunch, our little crew. But you obviously don't know much about us yet, but you will. We are very active in, like I'll give you an example. Like we've been having certain issues with the Trump administration hires that are not necessarily doing the prosecution, because we're all worried over here. The Patriots are worried because we're seeing what's happening in the UK. We feel that if we don't fight this atheist Marxist agenda, which is part of this whole Islamic movement, the feminazis and all that stuff, our country, America, that is already on the ropes, with this, with the censorship and all the crazy stuff that happened in the Biden era.
The terrible judges.
The horrible judges, which, people that watch us know that we get rid of the judges. We get rid of them. Exactly.
You got rid of 4.
We got rid of 4 of them, and we're working on more. For people that are interested in that, go to our website, Media Assassins. We have our body count there. We have the people that we're trying to go after. It's a great done it. We've got it. We got the people that we've already removed, and this is the thing that we love to do the most when those judges fall, because they're really the last stop. And if they're being treasonous against our country's going to become like the UK. So anyway, the long and short is we're part of a very, powerful, influential group of individuals that when we see that our country is going in the direction of the UK, I mean, we've been very vocal about moving people that are, like I said, even from the Trump administration that are not necessarily doing what patriots should be doing, Ryan, let me ask you this, man. They arrest you. They give you the terrorism charges. How long are you detained? How long are you in the UK? How do you get out? What happens from that point on?
So the only reason I was let go is I think I just gave them a lecture about Islam.
Really?
And they were just all stunned. And they were really, they're really quite understanding. They wanted to listen. Because
So wait, now I gotta paint a picture here. So you're telling me you're being interrogated, and at this point you're like teaching these dudes about what? Tell me, like, describe that. It just sounds awesome.
they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, if you give me internet, I'll show you like the Quran and Hadith, like the actual biblical, the actual like text on their Quran. And they're like, what? This is legit. And I'm like, yes. So like, bring a copy of the Quran.
Yeah,
And eventually one of the guys like, well, there was one dude who's really sympathetic. It's like, I do see your point. I'm not allowed to say anything or be political. But he was like, here's your passport back. And then
that's it.
I might
like, you didn't do any night in jail? Like, they just let you go?
They let me go.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Christian power is still
that is some skill, right?
Yeah.
You need to meet our friend Ivan Raiklan, dude. You guys have a lot of similarities, man.
So I was like 3 a.m. Obviously, they still have my phone and everything. I'm like, what the hell do I do? I've got no money. I got zero money.
Wow.
And I was starving, right?
And you're out of jail, like pocket empty. Wow.
So I've written down like the turning point guy's number, and I find somebody at the airport, just a random, was like, can you help me call this number? Like WhatsApp him, because he's American. And I managed to find Jonathan Cho from Turning Point on WhatsApp. I was like, it's like 3 a.m. It's like, bro, are you still awake? He's like, yeah, I've just been covering your footage online.
No, wow.
And I'm like, could you buy me some food?
So, wow.
So we have some food. That's the best meal I've ever had,
Wow.
It's like, what does it taste like? It tastes like freedom.
Freedom.
And they're like, you're not in the woods yet. Basically, they're going to collect all the evidence of your digital stuff. Because they got access to my entire Instagram, all my messages. And I told them, I was like, good luck finding something. All you're going to find is a bunch of MILF porn. And that's what I told the British police.
Wow.
So, I mean, God loves a MILF, best kind. I'm so happy that I don't go the other way. I'm always like older, curvy chicks.
Oh.
So, single man, if you are a MILF, this is my type.
Phone number?
Yeah. I mean, Instagram, I'm still a single man, girls, they'd be like, oh, you must have so many girls messaging you. It's like, not really. Who wants to date a guy who's got, no money, on the run, no job, no prospect, and wants to be hunted by 2 billion?
Hello. No, that is the prime spot right now for a lot of American females. There's people joke about it, and they're like, a lot of females actually reject like the nice guys and go after these broke thugs. I mean, that's a real thing right now with this whole woke movement. And
they have prospects in life as well. I would say, I have very few of, and I've gotten online. I constantly said I may be hung like a chipmunk. I've got up balls to buy Islam. I hope that they know I'm being sarcastic. But I am Asian, so you just never done this fucking podcast. This is basically two bros chatting shit about Islam. The thing is, like, I guess I mean bros like you, so like, yeah, honestly, man, thank you. But you guys, honestly, to everybody watching this, you guys like kept me fed in really difficult times. I went a couple of days without food at one point. You guys have given me, like your houses, like sofas, even guys who are like, I don't have much. I can't, but I'll offer you my bed and I'll sleep on the floor. Obviously, I'm like, no, you sleep on your own bed, but I'll sleep on the floor. But they're like, I'll do anything to help you, man. Like I've had really just standout guys that are, usually people in not good situations, and they're like, I don't have much, but this is, I'll buy you a coffee, I'll buy you, I'll get you something. And these guys I grew up without any brothers, but now I've got brothers all over the world, and I genuinely do.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. No, honestly, genuinely, meeting bros, this is the best thing you could do in life.
Yeah.
As a man, I genuinely believe you need to find your brothers who are willing to die for you, because this is where being patriotic has gone. We're not willing to die for our country. We're not willing to die for each other.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find bros like yourself, and you feel a connection, you feel like, I know what you're about. I know that you're willing to die for the cause. Well, I'm willing to die for the cause. It creates a deep level of friendship. Now, it's like, you'll still fight about things, but you know that you're in a war together. You need each other.
It's sorry to interrupt you, but this is so true, bro. When I came to this conference, look, there's people I haven't seen in a really long time. There's people I didn't even know that well that are aware of the work that we're doing. And when I say we, it's like all the people that are willing to die for the cause here, all the people that move fearlessly and who have much higher aspirations, like fulfilling like what the will of Christ. You know what I mean? It's not just about this world, but there's such a bond. People that I've maybe spoken to for half an hour, but they know the work I do. I know the work they do. Like, it's just like when you're hugging them, it's like, this is a man that is going to go to the limit with you. And that is the most amazing feeling. And by the way, I left Hollywood myself, gave up a lot of money, put a lot of money in, not as bad as you, bro. I mean, cutting your credit cards. And I mean, they almost made you a J6 type. They almost made you like one of the people that were being persecuted by the Biden administration, or how the Trudeau, that commie in Canada, went after the truckers, closed their bank accounts. They want to just destroy you. But we've been through similar things, but it's the brothers in arms that like really keeps us going.
Yeah.
And I would even say my happiness every single day, as much of as struggle as it's been, it's just, I've never experienced joy like this. Yeah. And in fighting, with people like you, this is why when I saw you, man, I was like, dude, you're one of us. Like, we might not know right now, but we're already connected. You know what I mean? And I know everybody in my crew, my circle, would just love to meet you and hang out with you, because you're one of the ones that are willing to go to the mat with these people.
And those are the kind of people I want to be around. Those are the kind of people that I want to die for. Those are the kind of people I want to wake up and work every single day, every single second. I want to be passionate, motivated for my brothers. I mean, everybody's chasing girls, but it's not about that. And people always text me saying, bro, no homo, but I fucking love you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why should we be embarrassed to admit that? It's like, a genuinely brotherly love. It's like, just take out the, we don't need to say no or whatever. We should have love for each other as brothers. We should be, because there's no stronger bond than like these veterans from World War II. I saw it on, BBC. This veteran, he just went, me and my brothers did not die for this.
Yeah.
We didn't fight so that Islam could just be parading through the streets and nobody doing anything about it. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? These guys were willing to be violent. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of human empathy. Yeah. You have to be such a good person to be able to be violent. Mm-hmm. You have to be a good person to be violent, because at the end of the day, violence is what stops it. So I always say this: make Christians violent again.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, crusades. We need a second crusades. Not like the first one. I think when the first crusades happened, it was almost like a little bit Islamic, if you ask me, when they're just killing everybody, that kind of violent vibe. But I think a second crusade, and again, dude, it might involve violence or whatever, but it's like, if your women are being raped, like in England, these rape gangs, rape's gone up like 1,000-something%. I was looking at numbers today where it's, I think, 110, 109, something like that per 100,000, which is a really high number, and this is something that's gone, like, it's gone much higher than it ever was before, like before this invasion, early 2000s.
Did you hear about the latest guy who raped 100-year-old? Like this guy, I'm going to find him right now.
Iraqi citizen. That guy right there.
So he's pumped 100-year-old. But get this, the judge in Sweden refused to deport him.
Whoa.
And guess what the Swedish judge's name was?
What?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad, dude, I knew.
I know shit that you could have made.
Oh my God, I like Muhammad Ali, but not that Muhammad.
Muhammad Ali is the judge, and he didn't get deported.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: at least this 100-year-old went out with a bang. I'm sorry.
Did he kill her too, or just rape her?
I'm not sure.
Wow, that is just wild, man. That's like sick like mental illness type stuff.
But Islam is a mental illness.
I mean, I'm down for the milfs, but not that milfy.
That's aged too much. That's cheddar cheese gone too. Yeah, that's Stilton, you know. Yeah, that's 100-year-old tofu at that point.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. So you're now it's like you're out of prison over there. You there or you didn't go to jail. You convinced these guys, which just sounds so genius, by the way. Then what happens? I mean, how much longer are you in the UK?
Yeah, bro, there must have been bros.
Oh, dude, I'm sure they're like, they're being forced into this stuff. A lot of these guys.
I put on my most posh English accent. I was like, very proper. It's just like, you have to be respectful. Mm-hmm. Be respectful to the police. Mm-hmm. That's a golden rule.
Sorry, your microphone. Yeah.
You have to be respectful towards the police because they are humans at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. They're not robots. And I treat them like a human being. They treated me like a human being. Mm-hmm. And I'll say this, if you're constantly being persecuted, you have to ask why,
Mm-hmm.
Are you behaving like a dick? Because if you are, you're going to get treated like a dick.
Yeah.
So, after the UK, it's just such a shame that a beautiful country with such a great history is being ripped apart. And it's sad. It's really sad.
So like, I'm imagining between you getting arrested a month ago, you're in UK at least for a few weeks or a month, right? What does that few weeks, month look like post-arrest when now you're like, don't have money, your credit cards are shut down, they're calling you a terrorist?
I'm still in that situation. I'm still crashing on somebody's sofa for Amfest.
Were you in the UK? Were you able, do you have a home there or were you crashing on couches over there?
Yeah,
or?
No, I was crashing on, because my home got doxxed, my address got doxxed. I got everything taken away from me. My landlord threw me out, threw all my stuff out. So I have a bag. I don't have any possessions. And, people just help me out. That's how I'm here. So Turning Point, they help get a flight, ticket, everything.
Wow.
And, they helped me out. Some guy from Turning Point, he gave me some cash, and that's how I eat. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still in the shit, I haven't made it through. I'm still right.
You're in mid shit right now, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not in deep shit. I'm in secondary shit.
Secondary, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So you come to Turning Point, and right now, what is it looking like for you? After Turning Point, are you going back to UK? Are you staying here? What's the plans?
To be honest, this is funny because I'm going to watch this back. Because right now, this Ryan right here, right now, has no idea. I leave on Sunday to LA, and I've got a place to stay there. Somebody's helped me out there. Again, just a stranger, just reached out online. So I've got a place for you, but I can't stay here forever. I'm a British citizen. I'm not American. And then I don't know.
What about, could you defect to the United States? I mean, it's now that Britain has become this, like, really just Marxist, atheist garbage hole. Like, can't you say that if you're persecuted, they're trying to call you a terrorist for your freedom of speech?
Trump said he will take asylum seekers for people who are being persecuted for fighting mass immigration.
That would be historic if you actually defected the United States. And that would actually send a message to what the UK's become.
I should have applied for asylum.
Dude, I 100% think you should, because that's in the message, and that's a real asylum thing, man. You go back there, they could throw you in jail, and they could kill you on the streets,
I get killed in jail, because the fastest growing religion is Muslim religion.
Oh, well.
Islam. And they're killing people in jail. I mean, Tommy Robinson, when he went to jail, he had to be put into solitary confinement for years because he was not safe in jail.
Wow.
So I either go mentally ill, like lose my mind in solitary confinement for the rest of my, for years, or I get killed out in jail. So it's like, it's not a very good situation. And, in America it's very expensive. And, just day to day, it's tough.
It's very expensive here.
It's tough, how much is it? It's like $15 for a sandwich here. Yeah, I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
so that's $15.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you survive? So,
this place is a little more expensive. I know if you're in LA, because I'm from LA, by the way.
I'll be in LA.
Brother, like, their taco spots, those corner taco spots, there's some really good stuff in LA on the cheap. Like, LA is one of the few places, rent's expensive and all that stuff, but when it comes to, like, finding good, cheap food in LA, it's very multicultural. I could give you some spots. That's for sure.
I love the cabeza, the face meat tacos. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so hungry. I could destroy a taco. I love the cabeza and then all the free stuff that you get. The onions and salads and radishes. And, all the sauces. And all the tomatinos, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Mexican food is so good.
You're gonna be all right in LA, bro. On that level, you'll be all right. But so, I mean, really, would you do an asylum thing and just stay here?
If a nice MILF wants to marry me, or some lawyer wants to help me because I have no money to pay for a lawyer. Well, I heard American lawyers are very expensive. But of course, I would love to stay in the U.S.
Wow. I want to help you, man. I really want to help you because you belong here with us right now. It's too crazy over there. I'm sure that you want to go back there and help out. It's your home country and stuff. But
I want a job. I want to do manual labor. If I could chop down trees for a living, or if I'm not legally allowed to work, I'd be thrown out of the country. So I need to be super careful about it.
Yeah.
Because this is my last chance of having safety. So I just want to work. If there's a job and you can provide a visa, or, I can work legally, I will work. I'm a good worker. I'm cheap and easy to run. I run off of bacon. Petrol to a car, bacon to me.
No.
So give me work. I'll create content, whatever job. I'm good at marketing. Yeah.
Wow. Dude, I want to have you here, bro. We could use help with marketing, I wish our budgets were bigger and stuff. We're working on a California campaign very soon. I'm very serious, dude. If this thing pulls through, the California campaign involves a lot of media, involves really getting a good person in office and making sure California doesn't turn into a communist shithole, because California is very close to becoming the UK right now. That's how screwed up it is. It's run by crazy liberals, or I wouldn't even say liberals, leftists, crazy leftists. We could use your help over here.
I'll say this. I've never seen so many beautiful people in one place and so many ugly people in one place.
Yeah.
LA has the extreme.
Right, definitely. Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
So you're basically right now in limbo. You don't even know what's going to happen next. You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm both scared and excited. It feels like jumping off a cliff and building an airplane on the way down. But
wow. Good analogy.
Yeah. I mean, it is scary, but as I said, thank you to all you guys. Genuinely, and thank you for people like you.
I got some more. Japanese. We're talking about the Japanese, and one thing struck me, right, when we were talking about the Japanese pre-World War II, or during World War II, where you had these kamikazes, basically suicide bombers and stuff. So there's parallels there between Islam and the former empire.
But there's a big difference between a kamikaze pilot and an Islamist suicide bomber.
Because Islamist suicide is killing innocent people.
No, a Japanese kamikaze pilot doesn't have a 6-year-old wife waiting for him out.
There you go. And the point I was trying to make is post-World War II, they stopped doing that kamikaze stuff.
They stopped
already. Did it. Yeah. Whereas it seems as though whatever we do with the Islamic world, it's not correcting itself.
Asians accept defeat. And also Asians, we love white people. I mean, Asian girls love white guys. They just absolutely, there's no better kind of mix, really, than a nice Asian girl and a nice white guy. They're beautiful babies. Any neighborhood that has lots of Asian kids and lots of white kids, it's going to be a good neighborhood.
Wow.
As a white parent, would you feel fear sending your kid to a school where there's a lot of Koreans and Japanese kids?
No.
You'd be like,
no.
Wait, push them into that class.
In that, I'd be worried that they have to work so much harder to get, to hit that level, because I know a lot of the Asian kids I went to UCLA with were, hitting 4.0 GPA, so it's just top,
But would you be afraid that your child is going to get child sex trafficked, like in London?
Not here yet.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like if a school has mainly Muslims,
yeah,
then you would be fearing for your kid's safety. But if you heard that, this is mainly a Korean, and this school has a lot of Japanese kids, would you be fearing for your kid's safety?
Not at all, no.
There you go. Would you even think about it?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it wouldn't even cross my mind. I'd almost be scared that they're going to do too much math and calculus. I don't know.
Right, fair enough, yeah. But this is a nice reputation to have, and I always say that Asians, we love white people. We always have. We appreciate it. You guys are good leaders and creatives. we're good at getting shit done. I mean, like, you guys do build bridges very slowly. We can build it quite quickly.
Buildings we built too slow too, man. It's hard to see buildings come up in 2 weeks in China, and here they're building for like 4 years. But yeah.
Or the roads, you know, like, so just use Asians. Let's have a combined partnership. We're very happy to be led. We're like, yes, Chris, come help us build business, you know?
Yeah.
And then just tell us what to do. You know, we're like 5 people rowing a boat, 1 person managing. Over there in the West, it's more like 5 people managing and 1 person rowing the boat. You know?
Wow. Man, I secretly am hoping that you actually do seek asylum here. I think it'll send such a strong message.
Let's do it.
To what the UK's become. You should like seek asylum. Let everybody in the media know over here, in my opinion, that you are doing this. It sets a standard for what the UK's become, because the last time people are doing this sort of thing was running from nations that are killing them, or the former USSR when there are people defecting, you know, because it was so bad over there. And I think it'll show how bad the UK's gotten. I mean, I think it'll just be, you know, especially for the people in the UK, they might actually grow some balls to follow your lead, you know?
Well, the British people have much bigger testicles than I do, and they are fighting back.
They are.
Like Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
Like these, I wouldn't underestimate British people in the sense that these are the original crusaders. They've got it in their genetics, and they're fighting back hard against their government. Wow. And the British people will win. They are the greatest people in the world. They ended slavery in 1807 with William Wilberforce. These are your Christians, solid Christians, who built the biggest empire in the world, who created Enlightenment, Magna Carta. These are the people that through Christianity and through faith said, we're going to take on other empires. To stop slavery, they fought the Arab, Spanish, French, and Portuguese empires. Imagine being a soldier on the Navy, the greatest Navy in the world, and being told, you have to go against all these empires to end slavery. And they're all thinking, oh, shit. I mean, the French Empire, you know, Spanish, these are big armadas. And they cannibalize their fleet in the name of God to save human beings.
Wow.
So don't you ever tell white people, these black BLM idiots, don't complain about white people, because they are the only reason you guys are not slaves.
Yeah.
Because the Arab Empire traded slaves for 1,400 years, far longer and in greater numbers than the British ever did. And yet the British Empire takes sole responsibility for it. Black people, you have nothing to complain about, really. Slavery, you guys were trading slaves. You guys were trading slaves. The Arabs were trading slaves. Asians were trading slaves. White people traded slaves. But the white people ended slavery. Be very grateful. These are your brothers who fought for you. Your white brothers fought to save your ancestors from slavery. Everybody was doing slavery. Stop your stupid excuses. Anyway, that's Korean out. You know, like BLM petty patter. Very simply, passionate Pikachus. Ultimate racism coming from.
Yeah, they lied about it. They lie about the history. They lie about the black slave traders in Africa that are actually bringing the blacks to the slave ships, and they try to make it a white thing. But that's part of the wolf propaganda. That's part of the divide and conquer of how they're trying to destroy a nation.
Just use some logic, please. Use some logic. Logic will tell you. Logic will tell you that, you know, you've got, you know, the size of Africa. They're fucking huge. And then, you know, back in these war-torn Britain, you know, in their little dinghy ship, you know, they're massive ships, but, you know, they had no nutrition. They had cholera, all these diseases. They were drinking gin. You're telling me that they went over to Africa, these little boys, and then they rounded up these African massive, you know, whatever. Not only rounded them up, brought them alive, and then traded millions and millions, just capturing Africans. No, the Africans were already captured by other Africans, and they were sold to the Brits. It was the Africans who had the biggest slave trade. Sorry, no, it was the Arabs.
Yeah.
And they already had a system there. You guys just went, oh, we'll make some money off of it. But it's not as if you guys created it, or
it's not the infrastructure and all that. That wasn't.
That wasn't. No. The white man just simply exported and, you know, did it well because you had a navy. But stop blaming white people. You all did it. Everybody fucking did it. And if you didn't, it's only because you couldn't have done it. Okay, you didn't have the resources, but if you had the resources, you would have. But these guys stopped slavery. It's only because of white people. You guys are free. BLM, go fuck yourself.
Man, this has been an awesome surprise running into you, and I have a feeling we're gonna be doing a lot of work together. I hope you do, like I said, seek asylum here. I hope we could blow that up. I know that we have enough people in our network. Obviously, you're a huge influencer now, and combined with the people that we know, we could really blow up this story, man. And firstly, help you out, help you get a job out here. You know, the cool thing about asylum is if you seek asylum, I know they actually will give you money too. Like, I mean, you know, they'll give you money to start off.
I don't want to be Islamic. I don't want to take any money from the state. I want to work for every single bit of bread, and I'm going to be grateful. I'm coming to this country to say that I am America first. That's the only way to be. If you come into somebody's home, you improve that home. You don't go to somebody else's home and start shitting in the corner.
Yeah. They're very impolite, very bad manners, you know?
Especially if that person's like, we welcome you to our home. We're going to give you food. We're going to give you a bed. We're going to give you education. We're going to drive you around. How dare they start going, we want Sharia law now. The way that you do your customs, the way that you're not allowed to eat your food in your own country. You're not allowed to eat bacon. How dare they?
No.
How do they come to, even if I'm a vegetarian or a vegan, I go somewhere to a dinner. Okay, you don't need to eat bad meat, but you cannot tell them to stop eating meat. It doesn't work that way. It's just so stupid. It's just the most basic etiquette that they've lost. There's just, sorry, I get passionate.
I'm with you because you see like these parallels between, it's all these people that think they're going to tell you to do what they want you to do, right? Which is, I feel like the feminists are like that. They think if you don't play by their rules, then they want to shun you. The Islamic, especially the fundamentalists, are like that. It's like that when these communities come together and they start the Sharia law within another country where Sharia law should be banned. And theoretically it is. It goes against things like the Magna Carta, it, goes against our Constitution, goes against, I don't know the English equivalent, but I know there's, Charter of Rights or whatever,
Yeah.
It's very impolite, man. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know why our people are letting these people in, but I definitely see this alliance between the feminists, the atheists, Marxists, and the Islamic people, which is insane because the first people they're going to rape are the feminists. Although some of the way these feminists look, maybe they won't get raped, but then again, you got 100-year-olds getting raped, so I'm sure they'll rape anything.
They're raping a 100-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm not getting deported, but this is what we need to do. We need to stick up for each other. Asian men, if you're an Asian watching this, you better fucking support your white brothers. I mean this. If you're Korean, Japanese, Chinese, if you're Chinese, you be speaking Japanese, if not for these guys. You need to be sticking up for the West. In fact, Islam, stop picking on 16 million Jews or white people. These are an endangered species. There's more Indians in India than white people all over the world. Stop picking on the endangered species. There's billions of you, 2.2 billion. There's billions of Asians. Pick on somebody your own size. Declare war on China. Let's see what fucking happens. Islam should declare war on China. And Asians, we need to go to war with Islam. You guys don't need to die. You guys keep, repopulating, have many babies. But Asians, time to step up. These guys died for us. We're going to die for them. 100%. Islam, game on. Game on.
Game on. There we go. Brother, thank you so much. This was an awesome interview. It was a great surprise running into you here. Is there any last things you want to say to the viewers? Any of your socials, anything, GoFundMe, whatever, put it all out there.
Yeah. Couch, everything's good. A couch, tacos are very good. And I do have a donation link, which is buymeacoffee.com/the Scottish Korean.
The Scottish Korean, okay.
I have to put that in there because I'm the only Scottish Korean. There was another one, but I killed him. Together competition.
One other question I want to ask you, like in terms of, you're saying the British are fighting back. I mean, what are you seeing and what do you think that's going to happen in the UK? I mean, what's your future prediction of where this is all going?
They're going to win. They're going to win.
What does winning look like? Tell me Tell me, I mean, are we talking about a civil war? Are we talking about, like taking people out of the country in boats? I mean, what are we talking about?
It'll be civil war the Christian way, which is every crusade improves. Every crusade, they've learned some stuff. And right now, the Crusaders in the UK, they're fighting ground level. They're, people like you going after the judges. Reform are going to win. But after that, we're going to have advance, hopefully. We're going to be taking away passports. We're going to be throwing bacon at these bastards. But the UK has gone through worship before. They've gone through World War I, World War II. They've gone through plagues. They've had existential crises throughout the empire. It's a very old country. It's been worse before, and they got through it. They'll get through this one.
Wow.
No, don't you worry. Don't you worry. The British people are the most innovative, incredible people. The Brits had a major part in shaping in America. And you guys are going to win. The West cannot fall.
Yeah.
For 2,000 years, the West hasn't fallen. You've had Christianity that's survived strong from zero. Okay? Roman Empire, to now. All the West buildings, everything stands strong for thousands of years. And it will be for thousands of years more. Believe me. You guys are incredible. Just unbelievable beauty. Let's talk about diversity. You guys are diverse. People got black hair, brown eyes, same kind of like shiny face. You guys have got green eyes, beautiful shapes of noses, and freckles and ginger hair. You guys are real diversity. I support this diversity. I want red squirrels, not every squirrel to be gray.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're pointing at me as a white guy. I'm theoretically Armenian, but I feel very much like a white guy. I feel like
You're pretty fluid.
Yeah, I'm very white. Yeah, Armenians are actually like original blonde hair, blue eyes. And it's funny.
You're the Caucasus.
You know why we don't have a lot of them don't have blonde hair, blue eyes. Like my brother's blonde hair, blue eyes. My grandma was. We got a lot of it in our family, but you get a lot of dark-skinned Armenians. Because one of the things the Muslims love to do is rape our women. And I hate to say it, there's that scene in that famous movie called True Romance where they're talking about the Sicilians and the Moor invasion and how, the blood changed. And that's why Sicilians, went from blonde hair, blue eyes to being more olive skinned because of the Moors. And that's one of the facts, that's one of the facts of the stuff that exists. I know from my people's history, it's not a good thing when the Muslims get too powerful and they start to, run the show.
Well, Indians are now the most populous race, and there's going to be Nigerians apparently.
Oh wow,
Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
So there you go, blacks. You've got
the guys that do the emails.
Yeah. That is. I mean, look, Christians in Nigeria are being killed. It's just unbelievable. Why are we not? Christians are the ones being genocided. Make Christianity violent again. Make Christians violent again. Because to be violent is to be virtuous in a way as well. Because it's better to be a gardener, a warrior in a gardener, than a gardener in a war.
Yeah. I mean, in the Bible, even, you don't see Jesus pissed off much, but when he does get pissed off, it's like a lot of the time it's against the pedophiles. And that's the one thing that seemed to, and this is what you're talking about. When you're talking about people that want to have sex with kids, want to get, married with 9-10-year-olds. I mean, that's what you're really saying.
Castration is good as well.
Castration, yeah.
Because they weaponize ovaries and fertility, which is not good. Because they cannot win with bullets and bombs. They weaponize breeding. So, stop breeding inbreds.
Man, thank you so much. For the viewers out there, thank you so much for joining us for this Blood Money episode. Make sure you check out AmericaHappens.com where we have all of our featured episodes. Make sure you join us on future Blood Money episodes, and I will see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over the last 30 years, we have seen the value of our work diminish and the price of real assets like land and homes increase to the point that for most people under the age of 40, the hope of owning their own home has been lost. The response of governments around the world to the 2008 global financial crisis and COVID was to defer the cost of these events to the future. They did this by printing money, in effect selling our futures to pay for their bad decisions. This is corporatism, not capitalism. Money printing didn't hurt those in power, nor those who supported them, because they had real assets, property, shares and businesses that rose in price to match the inflation of money supply. But for most of us around the world, it sold our future for a fraction of its value. In response to this, a mysterious figure known as Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin. He wanted to create a currency that could not be printed on command, thereby devaluing our labor. A currency that could be traded electronically between people without intermediation, allowing all of us to participate fairly in the economy. But if you tried to buy your groceries with Bitcoin, you'd stand at the checkout for at least 10 minutes, probably hours, waiting for the transaction to process, and the fee would cost you more than the carton of eggs and bag of apples. Bitcoin's limitations meant that it stopped being considered a currency in 2016 and was instead called a store of value. But it opened the door for someone to create a genuine currency that nobody controlled, but everyone could use. That someone is us. We created the Gajumaru blockchain and the Gaju currency. The Gaju is real money you can use, whether that is to buy a loaf of bread, pay for a haircut, buy a t-shirt, in fact buy or sell anything. It is a currency for everyday use. On Gaju Market, anyone can buy and sell any legal goods or services, just like you would on eBay, but at a fraction of the cost. Like Bitcoin, Gajus are mined on a computer. Unlike Bitcoin, mining Gajus does not require specialized equipment, nor huge power supplies. During our protected rollout, you can mine this on everyday computers, like the ones that sit in your home doing nothing for most of the day. We are working to get millions of people like you to mine the Gajumaru and be rewarded with Gajus that you can then use as real money. At the end of 2026, the Gajumaru will open to public mining. By then, we will have brought together millions of people like you to mine the Gajumaru. This will create such powerful combined computing capacity across so many millions of people that the Gajumaru can remain highly decentralized, enabling an economy for the people, by the people. To make all of this possible, we offer a variety of mining packages that combine all of the software and services you need on our website, gajumining.com. The software is simple to install, and there is a step-by-step guide that will get you mining and participating quickly and easily. You can buy those packages now. You can start mining the Gajumaru and being rewarded in Gajus now. Select a suitable mining package from the gajumining.com web store. Install and activate the software on your device and start mining today. This is an opportunity to be part of a movement to restore our humanity, our dignity, our sovereignty, creating a better future for everyone. For the first time in thousands of years, you will directly benefit from your work, your ideas, without being taxed by intermediaries or needing permission to be part of the global economy. We believe that capitalism is I win, you win, we all win, not I win, you lose. That's corporatism. We refuse to pursue venture funding that would demand we play the corporatist game, and chose instead to grow this movement by giving everyone the opportunity to benefit from their contribution to the movement. Just like being able to mine Bitcoin in 2008 or 2009, getting early access to mining the Gajumaru now allows you to mine the greatest number of Gajus and benefit most from being part of this movement. We want to share that with you. We want the whole world to be part of this. We want everyone who cares about our future to get on board and take this from a movement to a reality. We want to see an economy for the people, by the people, now. Join us. Put your fingerprints on humanity's story, our history. Be a leader in the economic emancipation of humanity. It's simple. Go to gajumining.com, select the mining package that's right for you, and get started today.